Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel if you are new, and welcome back if you're already a subscriber. So just to start this off, I'm going to say that the video upload is late. I'm fully aware. I'm so sorry. Life intervened a lot. I tried to voice over this several times last week, and every single time I would get a phone call about halfway or 3/4 of the way through, and it would wipe all my audio, which was very aggravating. I should have probably put it in airplane mode at some point, but whatever, here we are. So I realized I was really just going to have to do the voiceover early in the morning. And by the time I figured that out, there was really no early morning quiet time to do that. We went hiking on Friday, and then Saturday we had like a leisure wake up. And then Sunday, kind of the same. We just spent a lot of time relaxing and kind of enjoying fall creeping in officially. I live in Atlanta area, Georgia, so it's definitely getting fall vibes here. And since it's our favorite time of year, we really just wanted to be present and enjoy it. So I'm very sorry for the late upload, but that is what it is. Other thing I want to talk about before I get into product side of things is the fact that my migration is not really shown in this process. So normally I would start filming the Thursday before and show the migration process from work tasks into weekend tasks, etc., and then start filming the actual Plan With Me week. There was a lot going on that prevented that. Well, not prevented. It wasn't going to give a clear depiction. So I kind of just skipped over it. Part of that being that there was a work event all day on Saturday. I literally left my apartment at 7 a.m. and did not get home until like 9:30 at night, which was just bananas. And then Sunday, I spent most of the day just trying to relax and just kind of get through household tidying and getting set up for the week. So there really wasn't a lot to show in terms of like my master list that I normally show off and stuff like that. So you'll see me flip back and forth between the week before, so you do get to kind of have a glimpse at that really cool TCMC spread. But otherwise, it was just a really odd weekend with the fact that I only really had one weekend day being Sunday. And like I said, it was a lot of like low key, let's get ready for the week tidy, watching some Harry Potter movies in order of the passing of Hagrid. So there was a lot of that going on. Now, on to the new week. So the first thing you kind of see me do is lay down that to-do sticker, which is from the Sweet Monsters set from the Coffee Monster Co. Sorry, I had to think about that way too hard. I really didn't use a lot from this set. I think I used 5 stickers total from that set. I'm not a big kit person, and I know that that's kind of abnormal. I like functional planning. I'm not saying that you can't be functional with a kit because it's been done many times over. I am just not really good with blocking out large areas in my planner because in most cases I do have a lot to write down. If it's not to-dos, it's documenting that I kind of fill the space with, because let's be honest, we're all doing something with that time. So if you're one of those people that you're like, oh, I don't have a lot to write down, I don't have a lot to do, whatever, try documenting what you do in those hours instead of necessarily looking at it like, I want to do this at 7 o'clock, I want to do this at 9 o'clock. So typically what you'll see is me do like the weather at the top. You'll see me use those like early hours, like the 0 through 7 bars. Obviously I'm sleeping in most cases. Like I wake up about between 5:30, 7:30 is me sleeping in. So between 5 and 7, there are days that we even wake up around 4:30. But I use those early morning hours to kind of write things like maybe a dream that I've had, tarot that I'm doing. I may put like early morning tidy tasks, like feeding the cat, doing the dishes, maybe switching loads of laundry over, those kind of things. And then I kind of go into like work mode But then more towards the evening, it kind of transitions into documenting. So what am I watching with Jeff? Maybe where did we go to dinner if we went out? Obviously, if I'm by myself, it does tend to continue to be more of a to-do list. So that's just something to keep in mind. So talking a little bit about product is the cute little grocery man sticker. And I am blowing through those. I'm going to have to get, I think I had like the shopping set just to see what I used the most of. And if you're a new person to the Coffee Monster Co., I highly suggest any kind of sampler pages that you can get. So like the 1 through 6 year sampler pages, the freebie, that they're like all kitted out now. So you can get like all of the 2019 freebies, 2020, 2021. I think you can even get 2018, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yes, you can get all of those. Because I have them set up. So I was thinking about the setup in my head. But stuff like that. And then maybe documenting, like writing down all your stuff in your planner so that you're kind of seeing with any regularity what you're using before you go down a rabbit hole and buy a bunch of stickers that you don't need. But I really think that that was the best way for me to start deciding what I wanted, was just getting lots of samplers to play with. So I used that little grocery sticker because I was doing some meal planning and had to go to Kroger, obviously, which is the local market. The very next morning, I used a zombie sticker because I was not feeling well, to the point that I took my temperature, which I never really do. I'm never that concerned about it, but I really was convinced that I had a fever. Which is really abnormal for me. And it's a lot of the reason why this particular spread didn't get real-time voice, because I really just did not feel well. This entire spread was actually shot in one go, like in one day. Like I don't change clothes or anything because I literally did it in the span of a couple hours, off and on. I had spent the week writing down in my tool notebook, which is just a regular lined notebook, nothing special. It's just the kind of off to the side notebook that I have for like all the junk, all the Post-its, all the random things. That's where it goes. And then it comes over here in a pretty fashion later in the week or later in the day. But I just kept doing that every day because I didn't feel well. And so at the end of the week, I literally just sat down, and actually, I think it was the Monday after that. I think it was like the 24th. I just shot this in various times over the day. I do a little bit and then check on things and then shoot a little bit more. But I did use the little zombie, and then I used some Tombow markers. I don't have them in front of me, but I will post them in the comments down below. Even if not the comments, but the description down below, even if that's the only thing I pop in there, just in case you guys are wondering. And I do have the colors also on the Coffee Monster Co. Facebook group. I did post a photo over there. It might be a little bit hard to find, so I will definitely, when I post this video, put those down in the description just so you have them. But I did that little purple bar so that I could write in work. I really want to get to the point that I can write in them with like the Tombow Fudanasuki brush, which is super pretty and would give like some contrast, but I'm not really skilled in writing with it yet. And I'm a little intimidated, and I feel like the last time I did it, I didn't like how it looked because of that. So I need to keep being brave and playing with it for a little while before, and like work my way into that boldness before I go the whole hog. So I just end up writing work in my regular Pilot G2.38 pen. Then I used that cute little takeout sticker to mark that we got Summits for lunch, which is like a local bar and grill, and it was delish. And then I used a sticker from the kit that's got that cute like heart dangle. Is that what it's called? I'm not really sure what it's called, but to mark that we were watching the episode 7 from C on Apple TV and watching Serengeti. We had like a super huge nest built out on the couch because I wasn't feeling well. And I was so exhausted from just nonstop sneezing that day. It was to the point that my boss was like, you can be remote tomorrow, because I looked terrible. Even though like I didn't have a fever or anything, I just looked exhausted from not sleeping the night before and then literally nonstop sneezing all day. It was the worst. So I used the big sneezing head on the spring allergies kit because I had enough room, and it was a serious allergy day. The next day I used a super simple, like little spring, it looks like she's like holding laundry, emoji to mark out that I was just kind of doing things around the house, like tidying in between work tasks. We had like a team huddle, stuff like that. I was working on editing and exporting this video. So, I was still, just trying to trudge through the workflow to get this video out. Some videos are just like that, where it's just, I meet challenges at every turn. But I was having trouble getting the video edited and exported due to some storage issues. At the top of that bar on Wednesday, I actually used it to mark what medicine I took and at what time, including supplements. So that's another place or another use for that area. I do know that a lot of people get curious about what do you use each section for. And I do try to take a lot of time and explain that it's, in my case, it's ever evolving, and that's okay. Like, I think it's a really rigid way and a very rigid thought process to be like, this can only go here. I mean, obviously weather should probably go up in weather, but then like when you have a blank bar like that, maybe someone works a night shift and that's their area. Like, it's not for me to say like you have to put your dreams or your tarot or your medicine schedule up there. It might be more practical to put that at the bottom. So I did a low battery emoji for the top of Thursday because I had an allergic reaction. That week tried to kill me. It wasn't last week now, but, it tried to kill me. So I had like low grade hives, and my lower lip was swollen. I've had this happen several times before. I am working to go meet with an allergen, hopefully in the new year, and try to get some clarity on maybe what's kicking it off, because we still can't seem to find. This was the first time it was like, what in God's green earth could this possibly be? Because I had been asleep. So no idea. But I made a horrible mistake in taking 2 Benadryl and then driving home. Normally that wouldn't be a huge issue, except for the drive is very long from Jeff's house. So it was very difficult to get home. Do not recommend. 10 out of 10, do not recommend doing that. So it was a really rough day that then got me a headache in the middle of the day. It was just a rough Thursday. Like, Thursday really was probably, Tuesday and Thursday were really, really rough on me that week. But then I just kind of used that today strip from the kit and went through and just listed off kind of all the to-dos for the day and what I did. After that, I treated myself to a little stop at Michael's to pick up some washi storage. I am developing quite a good-sized little collection of washi from Coffee Monster Co., and everything that I really had was full. So I needed to go get a new one of the washi boxes. And I had looked at Hobby Lobby on Wednesday, and they no longer carried the ones I have. Luckily, Michael's had them like 50% off. So it was like $20, I think. So that was a really good find. That, and I picked up some Tombows that would match the Cozy Halloween kit, because I kind of felt like I didn't have the right like gray green. Come to find out, if you ever go looking for your heart's desire, look in your own backyard kind of thing, because I had a mild liner that was perfect that I wanted to play with. So disaster averted, return now scheduled. And then I watched Edward Scissorhands and went to bed super early. So that's kind of documenting that. While I wait to catch up to Friday, I am going to talk about what I use the bottom bars for. So there's like a section that has like a little bit of a mood thing, and I would like to use that more regularly. I'm fully admitting that, but right now I use it to track spending. And I feel like that works for me because I can kind of see at a glance how I'm doing throughout the week, which is really great that I'm looking at it constantly. I'm conscious of it. Does that always help? No, because sometimes I just go off the rails. I am a huge Halloween person. I know I've been saying that in a bunch of these like October videos, but I'm a super huge fan of all the movies, all the things, both the like kitschy Disney side and the spooky scary side and the snacks. And I cannot. I'm not as hardcore with Christmas. There are some years that I am. Like, I feel like I was a little bit more into it last year and like getting some supplies. I'm more into the vibe of everything, like doing all of the fun activities and the tasks and stuff in both cases. But I do spend a lot, probably in both seasons. I'll admit to that. I think I've talked about that even in paper crafting since, like, I have the most Valentine's, Halloween, and Christmas stuff. And what's the most comical part of it all is that I obviously, like, Valentine's Day is one day. There's not a whole lot going on. Why do I have this much Valentine's product? That's why there is a kit video that you can watch where I spent all of February stash busting that, and I will probably do that again at some point. The organizer on my desk is literally all my Halloween stuff, and I don't even think all of it fits in there. Christmas has its own drawer. It's crazy how much crap I have in those three categories, and I cannot resist it. It is my weakness. I'm endeavoring to do better in the next year. But after that, there's space for, it's like a sun, like a sunrise looking thing, a full sun, and a star. You can take that multiple ways. The most commonly used thing that I see is using it for meal planning, which makes sense. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. And I use it from a meal planning perspective, not a meal documenting. I use MyFitnessPal to document my meals. I don't know how much longer that's going to be able to continue because they have changed the app a little bit though. And so now like some of the features are only available with premium, which really sucks. Like the barcode scanning used to be free, and I don't understand why it's in premium mode now. That seems really ridiculous to me. It's literally been a free feature for as long as I've had the app until this year, and I've had the app probably since like 2012, 2013. So that seems really bizarre to me. But in this particular week, I did not use any of the bottom blocks. I am endeavoring to go back through receipts, credit cards, bank accounts, and I'm trying to do my best to reconcile so that I do have a record of this, but it's not going to be ready to show in a flip of any sense. And that's not something I normally include in the October flips anyway. It's just kind of along the bottom. I never really show off the spending log once it's finished. You might have seen glimpses of it, but it's not something I talk about right now. I want to get more into that in 2023 though. So we'll see more of like cash systems, budgeting, things as pertains to that, because I'm trying to buckle down and get ready for some bigger, very important life-changing things. Life-changing sounded really dramatic. Like, I want to start saving for land. I want to start saving for property, like a house. I want to start saving for a really big trip I want to take at 33. There's lots of things kind of going on. So I didn't use them in a sense of what you see in this video, but I am going back and trying to fill in. Talking a little bit about product again. So I put down that cute little washi mummy at the top because I was organizing washi, so it made sense. Then I used the little witch working emoji just because it was applicable. It was a super cute little witch to write down the task for the day that I needed to get done while I was remote. Then my Amazon order got here and my paper person order got here. So I put the package sticker, there's like a Halloween set that was really cute, and it was actually my hat for my Fleur Delacour / Beau Batten costume, and some Christmas product, which was kind of fun. Then I put the really cute box that had the Nightmare Before Christmas ears, because that's what I watched. And I made soup, which was really great to have while I wasn't feeling well. Then on Saturday, I kind of did the same thing, marked what time I took my medicine, which I was taking Sudafed for the pressure, but I quickly figured out that I needed to be taking Mucinex. So that was a really rude awakening. The Sudafed was giving me some really gnarly headaches, actually. So it was kind of nixing out that it was supposed to be taking the pressure out. I worked a lot on prep for Day in the Life, which was the following Thursday. So just trying to get that ready, and, you know, to be expected, it went roughly according to plan. That's why I don't try to plan it too monotonously, because Day in the Life is a day in the life. It's subject to change. If Week in the Life and Day in the Life projects have taught me anything this year, and it was my first year doing those, it's to be fluid and prepare as best you can, make your list, know what you want to document, and then just ride the wave. So I did a Hotel Transylvania marathon. So I marked it with that cute little Mavis sticker from Coffee Monster Co. I did 1, 2, and Transformania. 3 was available for purchase for like $7.99. And I was like, nope, I'm good. And then I watched the original Hocus Pocus, and then went over to Jeff's to watch The Northman, which was really, really, really intense, if you haven't seen it. Then I used the big full box sticker to document that I literally sat in bed on Sunday morning while the boys went out to hunt. I sat in bed and I watched Hocus Pocus 2 and Beetlejuice and just played in my planner. I got November setups done, and I updated my tracker, and I was just so calm. And then Jeff and I watched House of the Dragon episodes 7 through 9.5-ish. We fell asleep somewhere in the middle of 9. For me, it's rewatching, but for him, it's watching the first time, which is kind of fun. And then I watched Ghostbusters Answer the Call, which is the all-female one, and so precious. And then I just kind of took care of some tidying around my house, and we kind of kept it really low-key. Again, you don't see me migrate over to the next week, really, because I wanted to shoot that separately. I hope this video was informational and helpful, and lets you know that you can still document in different ways and go back. You don't have to do it every day. There's different ways to skin that cat, so to speak. That's a terrible reference. But I hope that this is helpful, and I hope you enjoyed it. And Wednesday's video will be out on time. I pinky promise. Thanks, guys. Bye.